Need to get the heat on. It's kind of cool in here. I don't know, it's like, what do we say, 52? Yep. Before we start working on this, let's get the heat on. Let's get Big Max fired up here. Let's see. Thermostat, turn on. Yeah, crank it up there. That should get the coolness knocked out here. Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. It's raining outside, right? Plus it's cold. Not too cold, it's cold. So that's why I'm gonna get the heater fired up. But guess what? Today is, that's right, working on the good old race car. That's right. Gonna have a neat little, not a gift, a neat little change that I'm gonna do. Has something to do around here. So, with that, let's get started, and I'll show you what's in store. That's what we're gonna do. So here we go. Okay, time to get started on this swap out. You're probably wondering, what do you mean swap out? That's right. What we're gonna do, we're gonna swap this out. No, not the carburetor, but this. What could that be? Holley's High Rise Split Plane LS intake. That's right. We're going tall on this. What can I say? Black Friday. Had to get it. So anyway, exactly. That's what we're gonna do. So this is Holley's split intake. What I mean by split, you can actually take this apart right down the middle, and the purpose of that process, so you can get down here in the middle. If you want to do some porting out, make things a lot smoother, you can do that with this intake. So, but anyway, but yeah, that's why they call it the split intake. Now, differences between this and the Super Vic, okay? In my previous videos, I have tested the Super Vic on this, and I showed very little game with the Super Vic, and that's with the stock 243 heads. I have never had the opportunity to run the Super Vic with these heads. These are actually PRC heads, okay? So a lot bigger valves, a lot bigger intakes, so it's able to gobble a lot more air in the motor. So would the Super Vic be as quick as the High Rise for the split intake for Holley? I don't think I'll ever know. But on the interweb, if you want to say that, this has always been on top. So with that, yeah, so with these type of intakes, they're meant for one thing and one thing only: high RPMs. Since we race this car, I'm okay with that. For a daily use, not sure if that would be a good call or not. Might just stick with the mid rise on there. But for an all-out race application, something that you're going to need the horsepower up top, this would be the way to go. So especially if I ever decide maybe next year to punch this thing on out to make it a little bit bigger, this would be a better way to go. So might as well make the jump now and see if we're going to gain anything with this or not. So I'm hoping we'll stay at least the same. If not, hope we can pick up a few more ponies. Won't know until we get to the track, and sure as hell we won't know until we get it on the car. So anyway, with that, let's get started. Now, before I get started getting that intake on the motor, a couple things. I am going to bring both intakes to the track. I'm going to have a comparison between both intakes. I will have my methanol carburetor on. I won't run in gas on this, but I will run a good comparison between the two intakes. I want to see which one's better. So this way, give a true comparison at the track. These things are easy to swap out. So when we go to the track, I'm probably going to start off with this guy first, make a hit or two on it. I'm going to switch right over to this guy here, make a few more hits, maybe do some more tuning on it to get the most optimum horsepower I can out of it. So this way that you'll know if this was a good buy for me, or reverse that. See if that was a good buy for me. This way that you don't have to buy it knowing that you won't cost you anything. So anyway, learn by my mistakes, my money, So anyway, with that, let's go ahead and get started and get this thing swapped out and see what it looks like. Okay, got the carburetor off. What to do now, just pull the intake. I went ahead and got the intake off, as you can tell. Yeah, pretty good size difference, isn't there? Okay, and normally I would run a 2-inch spacer on it. Okay, so this gives you some type of a height comparison between the two. Let me get a straight edge across here and I'll show you how much big difference there is. Okay, I don't know if you can see that or not, but there's a good 1/2 inch difference between top of that guy to top of there. So Super Vic would be the same height of this. I have another video that I did a comparison between this guy and a Super Vic at a 2-inch spacer, and that's about the height of a Super Vic. With the Holley, it sets just about another 1/2 inch higher than that. So that gives you some type of height comparisons. The other comparisons, obviously you can see the runners. These are more vertical up versus these more laying flat. These, I'm pretty sure about the same size, if not a little bit bigger. The biggest difference is on the bottom. And let me flip them over and I'll show you. Okay, you can tell on this guy here is a cathedral port. On this guy, it's not. It's more rectangular, but you can see the outline of the cathedral part of it. So with this being more exposed to... Okay, that scared the crap out of me. Okay, as you can tell, this is a cathedral. That's what looks just like on the head. Okay? Versus this guy here is not cathedral. It's rectangular, but you can see where the cathedral part of it is missing. So I don't know if that is, definitely doesn't seem to help it. I don't know how much it was hurting it. So I really don't know. So, but anyway, at least now it looks like a cathedral port, and that's what matches on the head. So anyway, but yeah, no, this is the intake I bought. It didn't have a cathedral on it. It was just rectangular. So that was a wrong intake I bought. I don't know. But anyway, leave down in the comments. Think I bought the wrong intake or not. This is the number that's on the bottom. So hard to say, but my car is running good with that on it. So I don't know. It's hard to say. Okay, these O-rings will actually go in these grooves here. So somehow you have to get those suckers in. And this, you'll see this happens at time. Just play around with it, get it all in there. Eventually you get it all in the same groove like that. Just get them good down in that groove. You should be good to go. To get them in, we've been spraying them with WD-40. Then once you get them started in the groove, you still have to get them down the groove. There's different methods to get it in. I used a big socket and rolled the gasket into it. Pop's using the end of the screwdriver to get them in that groove. So once you get it in there, then it'll just be barely raised above the surface, and that's enough to seal it. Okay, now you can see I got all the rings on. So next thing I'm going to do, I'm going to flip it over and take care of those ports that's on it. I'll show you. Okay, I just temporarily got the intake put on. Then I temporarily put the carburetor on, because what we're going to do next, we're going to go ahead and get the hood put on. See how much clearance is between underneath the hood and this guy. Visually, yeah, it is a lot taller. Like I had the measurement over here on the bench. It's about a 1/2 inch taller. So, and I think there's still plenty of space under the hood for that extra 1/2 inch in height. So anyway, let's go get the hood, which is over in the trailer, and let's get it put on and see how much space we have. Okay, we got all the tests fitting done. Next thing we're going to do, we're going to take that intake back off. Go ahead and put the other one back on, because that's what we're going to start off testing with anyway. So we just want to put it up here and see what any changes, if anything, we need to do, which nothing, everything's going to work out just fine. So all we have to do next is just get that intake on. Do a little bit of maintenance on the back of it. I had one little bit of oil leak on the back where the sensor plugs in. It's basically, I needed a new crush washer, Kind of looks like this. Anyway, I need to get that replaced, so stop the little oil leak that's on the back. No biggie. It is what it is. Like I said, that's about it for this video. We just want to get the intake test fitted, make sure it looks good, everything's going to work fine, and it is. So the only thing I have to do next is go test it. But right now, that's not looking likely this year. It all depends on the weather. I don't know if you can hear, it's raining outside right now, and this is a Saturday. So anyway, but yeah, we won't know how good the intake is until we go to the track. So hey, I just want you to thanks for watching. Subscribe to the channel, share it, tell your buddies, say, hey, this guy's getting ready to swap out this intake. You might want to take a look at it. But with that, I'm out of here. Get ready to get back home. Get through the rain. Yeah, I know it's raining. So anyway, let's go ahead and call it done. And until next time.